Hi, I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Casey.
Welcome to our farmstead, Cornucopia Orchards. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. Rain has showed up on the forecast. It's still a week away, but the extended forecast is saying it's going to stick around. We should be getting our lumber package and windows in a few days, but for now, there's plenty for us to do, so let's get to it. So the wall behind you is now set up, the longest wall that I was worried about whether we would be able to put it up into position or not, and we are now getting this full interior wall nailed and ready to stand as well. And I'm running that so that I can stiffen crossways between the wall pieces that are already up. Ready? Good? Okay, so I'm going to nail the bottom and the top on this corner first, and that will just kind of hold everything in place where it is right now, and then just nail the bottom all the way across, and then work my way back across the top. The last part I'm going to nail in and lock in this far wall at the top plate with the crown, and that's because I want to be able to kind of micro adjust that and make sure that that wall comes in, and I'll run this one fully and then cross brace this wall with the 2x4 on the other side, and then that will prevent it from moving and hold that wall in to where I can take the existing brace off. The only other thing that's really interesting about this wall that I wanted to share is it has these beams. They're obviously posts since they're vertical, but they're called out in the plan because I've mentioned this before, the attic has, our bonus area has two massive beam runs that go all the way across the building lengthwise. And this is to support the second of the two beam runs. It actually has 3 points of bearing, and this is one of the 3. Over here, the beam goes all the way to the other wall, and that's actually just a larger beam, but it only has 2 points of support, and that one will be right here. You'll see that when we build the bathroom interior wall, there's a ridiculous overbuilt header, and that's why. So as I was laying out this wall, which I thought went all the way across, delineating the hallway, technically speaking, I mean, there is a wall there minus right here. You can see there's a line for a beam marked out right there, and then right over there, there's another one. So those two beams in the floor below are going to support a wall that goes up, and we're going to have stairway that goes up into the bonus area or the attic. And I had thought that that was like continuous with a header and everything, but there is no bearing in the upper floor running this direction, whereas in lower floors they ran this way. But there's just basically a rim joist that runs across that space. And so I don't need to run this as a continuous wall, and in fact it ended up meaning I'd have to cut out the crown plate and the top plate unless I wanted it to just have the look of having a beam. And so what that means is there's no reason to have a header and to set that in there. So I'm going to run this as 2 separate walls, and we'll stand them as 2 separate walls, which would be easier and should be fast. I'm going to cut this one right here. There is a double joist that comes across. That's what that's for. And then the other one's going to basically be in line with that beam. So I'm going to get those marked, and then we're going to go ahead and cut and then start placing. mad?
No, he's renaming it. He said no one gets to rename.
Oh, you're a mad blonde thing. Yeah. I can say it.
Mad blonde.
Mad dog. Ooh, that's coming to the bottom. Color maybe, Bill.
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah, half. There you go. You're pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah. Even.
Oh, don't kill yourself. It's locked in all the way down to the bottom floor.
Right there.
Oh, we're still off by a lot. This won't stay. Okay, that's good. What a smart leveraging dad. Well, thank you kindly. Rock gentleman you are.
Nailed it.
Fit through, what do you know?
You fat through?
Huh?
You fat through? What do you know?
Fat through! Look at that! So next one, wee doggies. So I've taken the bracing off from this window that was coming down, and I've installed a 12-foot 2x4. It doesn't need to be bigger than that. This gets you a good cross brace on this wall, locks it in place where you want it to be. So obviously you want it to make sure you're plumb as you would like it to be. Before you do that, the outside wall only has to come in a little gap, and more than likely, yep, okay, there we go. So that cinched it right in, just a simple gentle pull. And in fact, it's not wanting to come back out. So easy enough for us to get that locked in. So we have that.
You dropped one.
I did.
Loser.
This would sit flat if they didn't have those welds on there. That's distressing. I don't know, do I want to try and gouge the wood? Get it to sit flat?
Make it better.
Give me the little gouger. Yeah, if I just buzz that bevel on both sides, this one will sit probably an eighth down, maybe even a little bit more than that. There we go. So this is a 2x4 wall, obviously. So the engineer is just trying to get it to where we have on these cross beams more support for the ends of the beam. And so we have this CCQ, ECCQ strong tie. It is a big piece of metal, and it's also not quite 5.5 inches in the saddle. This is really designed for a little bit smaller. We're just going to go ahead and put in all the ones down low to get this ready. I'm going to go ahead and skip this one. I may try and come back at an angle, but it's right on the joint between the 4x6 and the 2x of the top plate. So we'll skip that for now. So any other, should we move the ladder, or are you going to go up the ladder right there and push it, and then how do we get it across?
There's another ladder.
Oh, okay.
How else are we gonna do it? I mean, honestly.
Take one.
Who's coming to me first, Dad's end or your end?
Probably you should then. Or no.
Which one do you want?
I don't care which end goes in which direction.
Okay.
'Cause
That was going up or what?
that was the.
Yeah, let's do that. I make a geometric decision.
My back. I don't mind. I'm lifting up. Try and put in. Is it good?
I mean, it's come my way to prepare.
I think that should be about where the center is.
Should force it down. Yeah.
Okay. Hey yo! Now I get to make my spoon rendition of Damien. So, again, moving it. Hi.
Hi. How'd you guys snack? There's 2 pieces left. The boys decimated the rest.
Of course they did.
I didn't know if you wanted lunch or.
Dad was moaning about not having burritos on the way over.
I wasn't.
He was.
Suggested it as an alternative.
He said, I need burritos.
So we're gonna take this big fat fatty here. We're gonna kind of go meow, and then once it's kaput up there, then somebody's gonna stay up there and be like, "Please don't move. I'd really appreciate it if you would you
Not
mind?"
die.
And then everybody else is gonna help come over here and help Benny, and Benny's gonna go.
It'll be great.
That sounds like a horrible plan.
So they came up with it.
No, not until we get it moved around.
All right, so we're gonna shuffle it up.
Yep.
Oops. The oysters.
Fudge monster. We don't push until Beth goes up the ladder. Please, pushing him over the ladder. Okay.
Now, you guys slowly turn in, very slowly. I get straight.
Okay.
This was a bad idea.
Have to put down.
Put
You
down.
put down. I have to use other ladder.
That'd be great. Why don't you just get it onto the ledge?
Because the ladder's too tall.
No, I'm gonna move it over onto the off the ladder.
Ah, okay, there you go.
It's on the wall now. Now then move that ladder.
Okay, should I be on this
You move that ladder, Casey.
Miscalculation.
It doesn't have anywhere to go here.
Okay.
You can't take it up.
Who came up with this?
Okay, go get the ladder, please, Dad. And scoot it over. Oh. Just get it down the ground, please. Okay. We're safe.
I studied, bang it on ladder,
Okay.
baggy hold ladder.
Pants, give.
I no longer help. Good luck. Nice job, Casey.
I didn't put anything.
Okay. We know Casey's side isn't right. Do we still want to try to put this side in?
Casey's side is.
If it's as long as it's hugged.
Casey's needs to go that way, I think.
Yes.
So should we still put my side in? Is the
Yes.
question.
Yep.
Yes?
How close are you to making it?
What do you
You
mean?
can,
Is
you
it-
can sit in the cradle, right? You're not too close?
We're
gonna have to
quarter
bring it this way somehow.
inch.
Before we do that, just double check this wall. This can come out.
I was
Go
gonna
that
say,
way.
plus, she has to come. Her board doesn't have that
Yeah.
outside 2x6.
Right, it has to.
That's what I'm saying is we need to make sure we leave an inch and a half on the outside, but it can actually go out.
Okay, so I need to
Okay,
shove
so you can just go up and in.
as tight as I can be.
Yep.
Do you want me to grab the other ladder and come over and help you, Ben, or are you good?
I will need people to push on that side. Because I can't move it. So,
What does that mean?
I mean, I need it to go towards me.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh boy.
You're gonna need them all, I think.
well.
Oh, What just happened? Don't hit me.
How is it gonna go in when it's
Okay, stop. You're jiggling my brain. Hey, it worked! Brain jiggler.
I didn't think that would work.
Yeah. It will help hold it for a while longer.
Oh, yeah, you wrecked me, baby.
Yeah, you make me.
We're going.
We're gonna ploop?
Whoop.
Okay,
That
how
makes sense.
you gonna ploop that side? Am I helping in the middle? Is that one doing?
Sure.
So this is where we're starting at. You can see, hopefully, we're just a little bit off the bubble there, more than a little bit. I've already put the rim joist behind it, so that should just leave us opportunity to get this wall to suck back in, and then we'll reconnect the timber screw into the beam, and we should be good to go ahead and get everything done. And you can see that I have our friend the neighborhood Sawzall here. So what am I doing? When we put this beam up, we cut the other side of the beam, but we did not flat cut the factory cut on the beam over there that it butts up against. And so today, don't really have a better tool for it. We're just cutting enough of a chunk, you can see it right back there, out of this beam to be able to pull the wall this way to get it to plumb and to be able to still put a rim joist in behind it. And here is where we are post correction, hammered on the outside a little bit, pulled, got it to come in. And as you can see, we're good on the bubble, so we're gonna go ahead and get that attached again. So we're starting to set up some of the more of the interior walls this morning. One of the interesting things about this particular beam is that the stairs come up past where the wall that actually ends below, and then there'll be some joists that run across and actually put weight onto that doorway. But what that means for that header is that while it technically was allowed to be a 4x10, it required 2 trimmers on either side for extra support. So I went ahead and chose to use that slightly larger than normal 10.5 inch instead of 9 1/4 or 9 3/8 true 4x10 that we couldn't use on the outside window, because while that one was 36 inches, this one only has to span 32. I didn't lose a whole lot of material. It's going to be a really solid header, and you know, just having that material and finding the best possible use for it and what remains, I think is right there. see here, this is slightly off level. It's pretty close. You put it on this guy, which has a bow to it, and we're pretty close. So we're gonna go ahead and match these two up. I was checking because I had to spend a bunch of time forcing this wall and this wall apart because they were 39 inches at the bottom, but that wall over there, that balloon frame wall, was actually leaned in slightly, and that caused this wall that we're butting to lean this way. So to get the two walls and the outside walls corrected, I had to put up a bracer along the middle between these two walls. So it turns out I would have been smarter to have run this wall as a continuous wall anyway, and that would have just done the trick without me having to monkey with it after the fact. All right, so that interior wall is up and divides the bedroom from the master bath, master closet, and kids' bathroom actually on the other side here. And boy, that stiffened things up really nice tying those two walls together. So I'm gonna switch gears now and start running hangers between that beam over there. We're missing this big one here. It should be here this weekend. And then across through there so that we can get some of the joists in. I've got some help coming. Got a few on this one for the center hallway. And then we're running them across here. And then I'll run them across on that far beam over there. All right, so we made some good progress today. While I was working on hangers and getting the boards put up into place for the bonus floor in the middle, not the outsides. I need to go get some more supplies for those. Long story to that, won't get into it. But my dad and my brother came out and they helped get everything ready so that we could get these joists up above. So this is over half of one of the kids' rooms. And same thing in the other kids' room, basically out to about half of that onto the beam. So the outsides are 24-inch on center, these are 16s. And I'm gonna get 12-foot boards, cut them in half for those, whereas these I already had, they were just 10 foot that I already had. So still have to get that material. We also did get a few joists up over the master where they are also 10s, just here on the side. And aside from that, which that's not a small amount, my brother, my dad, and my wife also brought up a ton of materials into the house. And this wall went up today behind me here, separating the master bedroom from the rest of the master suite, kids' bath. And this wall here is the last thing I'm going to get done today. So this is the other side of the stairs. So that wall also doubles up as stairs on the one side. This one, we're going to go ahead and get that one done, and I'm going to stand it and get it up into position. And it does have this long header space so that you can go under the stairs and utilize that space as part of the master suite closet as well. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.